What's going on, guys? Hostile Beast here, back again with another Hoopland video, and today there's been a huge update that will completely change the game. So the first thing you may notice is that the screen here is brand new, and it is the new front office screen. On the right, you can see the brand new coaching staff, but first I'm going to focus on the left with the facilities. You can see there are 4 medical facilities, which will decrease your player injuries, training facilities, which increase the amount of XP gained per game, analytics facilities, which increases the amount of scouts you can have, and your arena, which will increase the revenue you get from fans. So each of these will have a condition that deteriorates over time, so you'll likely have to keep buying these to keep them in good conditions. It's very similar to Retro Bowl and their kind of facilities you can upgrade, but there's just one more in this game. And now it's time to go over arguably the biggest part of the update, which is the coaching staff. As you can see, there are 4 new coaches: head coach, assistant coach, athletic trainer, and talent scout. Here, each coach will have different philosophies for whether they shoot for 3 or go inside, rebound, go deep into the bench, or develop young players. You can hire different coaches, and you can see who the best coaches of all time are, which, I mean, I'll be on this list someday, but, you know. And something I can't show you right now, but trust me, it is in the game. You're able to hire retired players as your head coach. So if you want to scout out some younger players, maybe you bring back Karl Malone for a game or 2 or a season. I don't know. That's just a suggestion. Assistant coaches will allow you to automatically upgrade players in certain areas. So if you have, let's say, like Ben Simmons, a future UPS worker, you can automatically upgrade his 3-pointers. But anyway, the athletic trainer will allow you to change their training regimen, which can actually increase their speed, strength, or stamina. But some regimens can make players like more susceptible to injury than others, and others just like won't train them as hard. And lastly, the talent scout shows every player being scouted in your watch list. They also show the draft rankings and your picks so you can predict who will fall to your spot. So as you can see, a lot of game-changing stuff just with the coaches, but we're just getting started. Now I'm going to hop into a game, but before I start playing, I'm going to change my offensive game plan. As you can see, this part is very in-depth. You can set your first 3 scoring options, their usage rates, their focus, and the play selection. So for example, I'd probably put Curry at first scoring option, 70% usage rate, and all 3s, which is pretty much what I do in my franchise series. And if you're feeling a little rusty, you haven't played for a little while, you can now do a shoot-around before a game. A fairly small edition, but it'll definitely be helpful because sometimes I take a week off from playing the game, and so if I want to shoot around a little bit and make sure my form is good and make sure I'm actually hitting shots, I can just do this instead of making a new save and trying out a different game. So finally, I'm going to start the game, but one thing I cannot show you right now is the new team banners. So now when you enter a game at the very top, you'll be able to see the team's championships and their retired numbers, and below that, you can now see varying fan numbers. So if your team is winning a lot, you'll have a lot of fans, but if you're losing, you'll have attendance like the Panthers. Another thing that has changed is with the announcers and the announcer table. As ads are scrolling through, you should see a couple custom HB ads. You can now make your own ads, and you can also make your own announcers. So these updates are just a couple of neat little additions that add life and character to the game. While I'm still in the game, I'm going to show you guys the new broadcast view, which I think is a cool feature. I don't know how much I'll actually use it, but I mean, it's something to the game, just another little depth feature that is really cool to have the option to be able to do. You can hide the UI as well, so you get nothing but hoops, no scoreboard or player pop-ups in the bottom corner. So if you hit a really sick clip, you might want to use broadcast mode. So after that game, maybe some of your players are unhappy, and maybe they aren't getting enough touches, so they're just mad. So just like Retro Bowl, player morale is in Hoopland. This can affect their development and also how they act during negotiations. But now I'm going to sim to the end of the season to show you guys that brand new All-League or All-NBA awards. So first they added the All-Star game. Now I think they've got every award except for those stupid teamwork awards. Nobody cares about those. That is almost everything, but I have one more thing to show you before this video ends, and that is upgraded trading. So now if you have someone playing like garbage, you can put them up on the trade block, and the CPUs will offer trades for that player. So as you can see, I put up LeBron James for trade before the video, and now I've got trade offers from basically everybody. And now the CPU teams can actually make trades with each other. So look through the news tab and sort for trades to show the trades throughout the season. So right here you can see all the trades the CPUs made throughout the season. And I think this is going to be a very interesting addition because, think about it. What if you're playing in the middle of the season, and they trade Giannis to someone else, and then you got to play him next week, and you weren't even game planning for that, right? Or if I don't know, the entire Suns roster gets traded at the deadline because they're sucking it up. It's just more stuff what could happen. Add some realism to the game because players get traded all the time in the NBA. Overall, this update is absolutely packed with new and exciting content, and I'm really excited to see how it affects my franchises, like the Warriors one I'm currently making a season on. But after this update, we're going to be getting the career mode, which is very exciting, and I cannot wait for that. I'm going to make a lot of videos on that, hopefully if it's good, which, based on how this update is, I'm sure career mode is going to be a blast. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.